Republican Ohio governor and former presidential candidate John Kasich previously voiced support for a path to legal status for undocumented immigrants. He's with us now from Westerville, Ohio. Governor, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
Do you support President Trump's decision to put DACA in the hands of Congress to take care of this?
Of course. No, I don't say. Look, can you imagine that we're taking kids who came here, they had nothing to do with the fact that they were brought here. They've become a very significant part of our society. In fact, as we know, they have been in Houston. One person has been providing aid to the people that are in trouble. One of the DACA kids actually lost his life trying to help people. And now we're put them in jeopardy. Imagine if you were one of them. Okay, if you were one of these young people striving to be a part of America and to make something of yourself, and all of a sudden somebody tells you one day you may be deported to a country you know nothing about. We want them in America. So now you got the Congress, has 6 months. It should take like 6 hours to get this done. Yeah. And the way I think they need to do it is to get reasonable Republicans and Democrats from the middle and build out a solution to this. And what's the solution? The simple fact is they ought to be able to stay here. They ought to have permanent resident status. They ought to be able to stay and continue to contribute and take this cloud from over their heads. Well, what's so amazing to me about this?
Yeah. Go ahead. Let me just say this. Senator Tom Cotton was on last hour, and once again, it's a finger pointing. There's, both sides are pointing fingers at each other. You've laid out something where you said get people in the middle. Do you think that there's enough agreement on both sides that they can work this out? You said it should take 6 hours. What needs to be done to make this happen? It's so frustrating.
This is a simple moral issue. We don't want to take these young people who are part of our nation and just threaten them or ship them out of our country. They're contributors. So what do?
Yeah.
You get reasonable people, not the people on the extremes, not the right or the left on extremes, but people in the middle, and build it out. It's the same thing they need to do with health care.
Where are those people, Governor? Where are those people? Where are they?
They exist. There are many of them down there. I'm going to be down there this week meeting with a group called the Problem Solvers Caucus on health care. And they are made up of Republicans and Democrats. They're like common sense, normal thinking Americans. They actually exist. They ought to just stand up and tell the extremes to just either contribute, be constructive, or go away. I mean, think about this. This is the United States of America, and we're putting kids, young people who are contributors, in jeopardy. This is not the America that we all love. This is a melting pot. And by the way, if the Dreamers want to go somewhere and live, come to Ohio. We want all the immigrants to come to Ohio because we know how much they contribute to America. I wouldn't be in America if it wasn't for immigration. Who knows? Maybe I'd be the president of Croatia. You never know.
Governor, speaking of that middle ground, how much room do you think there is for an independent candidate in 2020?
Very, very difficult for an independent to run. Now, if you had a Michael Bloomberg that's willing to spend $10 billion, there's a possibility. But look, the political landscape is changing every second before our eyes, and we don't know what the future is going to bring. The public is fed up. I'm here with a bunch of people who are doing this shot, and I said, what do you think of Washington? They said, the only thing we like about it are the good restaurants. So as long as politicians can't get it together, it opens the door for even more dramatic change.
Governor, are you going to run with John Hickenlooper?
As I said, they can't even pronounce the name, and they can't put Hickenlooper and Kasich on a bumper sticker. That just won't work.
Never.
Governor, the president tweeted yesterday that he would revisit DACA if Congress can't legalize this within the next 6 months. What do you make of that? Do you think it indicates he's having second thoughts?
I have no idea. I don't know. But here's what I know. If I were president, I would have told those states, let's go to court. Let's get it on. You are intent on shipping kids out of here. These states that wanted to sue, I would have said to them, all right, sue me. And by the way, I'm going to expose you for what you are because you're putting kids at risk. I just think it's outrageous that these states were doing this and putting pressure on. And frankly, if I were president, I'd tell the Attorney General, put on your best suit, get your suitcase ready. We're marching into court. And in the meantime, I'd be meeting with Congress and saying, just fix the law.
Governor,
do it. It should take 6 hours, not 6 months.
Governor, almost every Republican in Congress voted against the DREAM Act in 2010, which would have given many of these undocumented illegal immigrants a path to citizenship. So now President Trump is essentially asking them, what, to reverse themselves and vote for this?
Norah, this might be the great opportunity, literally, and I'm not kidding you. I've made laws. I run the state of Ohio. If you build this thing and get reasonable Republicans and Democrats at a table and say, this is what we're going to do. We're not going to talk about border walls. We're not going to talk about comprehensive plan, just saving these kids and making sure they can stay in America. That's it. That's all you need. Take a piece. And if you can get that done, then you can move to the broader agenda of protecting the borders and making sure we deal with comprehensive immigration reform. But at this point in time, this is a crisis for people who are now living on the edge of their seats saying, what am I supposed to do? Are they going to ship me out of the country that I've come to love and participate in? So, yes. I'm going to be down there with Hickenlooper, by the way, talking to these problem solver caucus, which is Republicans and Democrats. They need to stand up, Norah. There are too many members of Congress who are afraid of the leaders. Although Paul Ryan said he wanted to fix this, go fix it. Get it done. Lead.
All right, Governor, thank you. So amazing. We keep hearing Kasich and Hickenlooper together. You said they didn't fit in a bumper sticker. We just heard you say it again.
All
right, Governor, thank you very much.
Okay, you come up with a bumper sticker. We'll talk. Thank you.
He needs more passion.
Appreciate your time.
Governor.